sale price because it's last year's goods and the year before and whatever. And I said, actually, no. You know, so many of these things you're seeing were brought in just for the month of July.
Just for July.
And just at this sale price. And the sale price goes up at the end of July, which is Friday night at midnight. So right now, Valerie Parhill, our wonderful interior decorator, who has been here for more than 20 years, has brought us something that I think is absolutely outstanding. I want you to know the price is only $28.57, and it was brand new this month. And this is only like the second time you've gotten a chance to see it. So you're lucky to be able to see this. Go through what we can choose from.
You may choose from the snowman. We love him. He's all winter long, so he doesn't get tucked away with your holiday decorations. And look at how each one is illuminated, inspired by vintage Christmas cards. And look at those sweet children on a sled. Boy, that takes me back to memories with my brothers. I love that. He's holding a lantern and a basket of holly. Our beautiful angel. So many of you are loving choosing holiday accents for your home that reflect your faith. It is truly faith inspired, and this beautiful angel, look at that nativity scene, how lovely it is. And I'm sorry that our studio lights are casting just a little bit of a glare there. So if, imagine, whoops, maybe if I tip it back.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a little bit better. Look at the richness and the beauty of that scene. Now the angel will not illuminate quite as much as the snowman and the Santa that we're coming to next, because the scene is darker. So obviously the lighter the scene, and these other scenes have snow in them, and of course snow is white, and so you're getting a little bit more. But look at our Father Christmas, our Santa. He has a pack on his back loaded with candy and gifts and a sweet little tree. And I love his rosy cheeks, the beautiful embroidery on his gown. And the scene here is a sledding, a little sleigh ride in the snow. It takes me back to a Robert Frost poem that I memorized as a child. But these scenes are beautiful, vintage-inspired Christmas cards. And they have been applied by decal and then illuminated from within. But I love that each one, whether it's Santa and his cape, blown by the wind, even look at that beautiful glittered faux fur effect that we're giving it there on the side, and then glittered all the way around so it sparkles in the light. And he's ringing a bell, bringing in the season. Many of you are Santa collectors or Father Christmas collectors, or there's someone on your gift list that is.
Right.
The angel, she has been amazingly popular in our debut this month.
And actually close to 7,000 of these have already been ordered just this month. Wow. So just to let you know.
I think we probably have a small fraction of that remaining. But look at how beautiful her brunette hair, the wings and the detail of the feathering, the delicate position of her hands.
Right.
We created these just for you. We worked personally with the sculptor. Our artist, Josephine Foote, has once again just captured the three iconic figures, if you will, of the holiday season so beautifully. It is such a joy to work with her and bring you something this special that you can only find here. Look at her taupe gown and how it glistens, the beautiful wings. I mean, the details here are so lovely. And the fact that it illuminates at night, it's on a timer.
Right. In fact, this has a 4-hour timer.
It does.
And it's on 3 AA batteries that you can, purchase because they're not included.
That's
but
right.
We're going to talk about the snowman, but I wanted to remind everybody, these are not going to get reordered. So this is one of those items that we have right now, and the price goes up in 2 days. So if you really want to get the snowman, the angel, or the Santa, this is absolutely the time to get these. These are about 10.5, 11 inches tall, by the way.
Mary Beth, I don't know that these will be on in our Friday finale. So again, you may be seeing these for the last time this month, and Mary Beth's exactly right. What we have is what we have, and it's mostly gone at this point. But I was so pleased when they asked if I would come and be with you today.
Me too.
And just share these for the final, Christmas in July week as we're here sledding down the hill. My brothers and I would sled down the hill across the street from us.
I was going to say, does Kentucky get snow?
Oh my goodness, it so gets snow. And Tate's Creek Road is one of the main arteries out of Lexington. Those of you that have tuned in from Lexington and are joining us today, you know well as I speak. And it has really developed and grown into now more suburbs. But it was just a farm, a cow farm across the street when we moved there, many years ago, and there was a creek at the bottom of the hill, and you had to be careful that you didn't wind up in the creek. So,
exactly.
And I love the Holy Family here.
I do
Joseph
too.
and Mary kneeling at Jesus's manger. And I love that Joseph is leaning on his staff.
Yeah.
Probably a hard night for him.
Right. Exactly.
But look at how beautifully and how motherly Mary, her hand is reached out, and she's checking on baby Jesus. The little sheep there in the front.
Animals become protective when they know there's a little one.
They do.
Dogs do, I know. I don't know about all animals, but a lot of times animals sense that and they come around. And I just think to be able to have the manger scene right there on the angel is so beautiful. And maybe you love snowmen too. Pick both of these up. I mean, for this kind of price, $28.67, it's so nice to be able to get these pieces. I just, I think about, sometimes I go into those little Christmas shops and whatnot places. I mean, what would you pay for something like this? I mean, look at the size of it in my hand. Look at the detail work, the lit artwork that's all around the bottom.
Beautiful.
I mean, these kinds of things don't price like this when you're out there in the retail stores.
That is so true.
This is not, your typical, it's on a shelf somewhere and, nobody notices it. These are the ones that normally are high-end prices that you're getting here at QVC for less than $30, only because we buy in volume. And that's what allows us to pass on that great price. And yet, if you've never had Valerie's quality, I mean, these are super high quality. Get these home. You could give this as a gift or keep it for yourself to decorate your home. But this is the time to get it because, like I said, we don't have a lot of these left to go around. And not only that, but the price goes up at the end of Friday. And so even if you're kind of thinking, well, maybe I'll get it, I will just say, now's the time to decide because before you know it, something will be gone. The angel has been very, very popular, Santa as well. And one thing I was going to say about Santa is that it's nice because it's a Santa/Father Christmas in how you put it together.
It is.
So it doesn't matter which one you collect or someone collects because that will fit in either way.
I love that all of these have a little bit of a vintage flavor to them.
They do.
Which is very harmonious with the vintage Christmas card art that we chose. And I also love that because we created these for you, Mary Beth, mentioned what these would be if you found them in one of those exclusive Christmas shops, but you won't find it there because we created this just for you. So you can only find it here, and what we have today is all we have.
7,600 of these already ordered. If you're going to get this, now's the time. And just again, like you say, the size. I was just looking around here. I want to show everybody this. I mean, these are not little figurines. These are important, dramatic figurines.
They really are.
They actually kind of demand an important spot in the house, don't you think?
They do. I love how they will hold their own beautifully on a large mantle, and this is a substantive mantle. How pretty the angel is there with a porcelain bell and her wings, the beauty of that delicateness of her wings and the beauty of the porcelain. So you can see how this is going to layer in so nicely with other holiday accents you already have.
I've talked to so many people that say, I don't have the energy or the time to go all out and decorate like crazy and nuts, and all that. And you know what I tell them? I say, buy a handful of items that all you have to do is put batteries in them and set them on a table. I mean, easy. That will still decorate your home,
it will.
But you don't have to spend hours and hours decorating, some other thing that normally you would do, or you drag out the garland and now you've got to, do that whole thing. If you can't do that, that's when you buy these because they're so simple.
They are, and some of you are downsizing, or some of you are also decorating for maybe a parent who is living in a senior community who has very restrictive space, maybe in some cases just a bedside table. This small footprint will be a beautiful holiday gift and holiday reminder as just that simple decoration that brings joy to them every time they look at it.
I hope somebody remembers me when I'm doing that. You know what I like? I would think just the lights that would light up would be so fun.
You have the daughter that will take care of you. When after Jeffrey was born, Mother said, well, honey, don't you want to go for number 3? It might be a girl because, you need a girl to take care of you when you're old. Well, I guess I'm going to have to treat the daughters-in-law really well.
Exactly. Hey, by the way, fewer than 500 remain now in the Angel. So if you want that, I think that could be one of the most beautiful gifts that you could give to anyone. Maybe it's someone at your church who just works so hard and maybe you're not able to do that kind of work that they're doing, or maybe it's somebody in your family who really just needs to remember what Christmas is really all about and you want to give that to them, whatever it might be. But there are not very many of the Angels left.